Well, hello there. Today in this video, we're gonna explain how can Germany win World War One, and we're gonna see all the changes that we have to do to get to that point. To begin, we have to explain that Germany in the 1890s used to have an alliance with Austria-Hungary and the Russian Empire. That alliance was called the League of the Three Emperors. This alliance disappeared over border conflicts in the Balkans between the Russian Empire and Austria-Hungary. At that time, the German Empire got to choose between being allies with the Russian Empire or Austria-Hungary. At the time, the German Empire, under the leadership of Wilhelm, chose to be allies with Austria-Hungary over Russia. This is where the scenario begins. In this alternative history scenario, the German Empire stays allies with the Russian Empire instead of Austria-Hungary. This will help the German Empire out because in the beginning Austria-Hungary was stronger than the Russian Empire, but due to economic growth the Russian Empire became stronger in the beginning of World War I. Our first question arrives. Would the German Empire intervene in the Russo-Japanese War? The answer is actually no. The main reason why is because the Japanese victory relied on speed and mobility. This will mean that you would not witness any border changes in our timeline compared to the new timeline that we created right now. Until World War I begins by the assassination of Franz Ferdinand by a Serbian person. This will lead to Austria-Hungary declaring war at Serbia, and the Russian Empire would declare war at Austria-Hungary to defend their ally. And Germany, defending its ally, the Russian Empire, is gonna also enter the war. Also because they want some Austrian territory. And also Montenegro is gonna enter the war against Austria-Hungary. We know the enemies of Austria-Hungary, now it's time to know the allies of Austria-Hungary. The allies of Austria-Hungary would be France and Britain, basically the same allies of the Russian Empire in the real world. The reason why all these countries are allied with Austria-Hungary is because they are afraid of the growing military strength of the German Empire and their growing navy. And also because Germany took some land from France during the Franco-Prussian War. The first countries to mobilize in real life in World War I were the German Empire, Austria-Hungary, and Serbia. Because of those reasons, I predict that the first battle outside of the Balkans of World War I will be between the German Empire and Austria-Hungary in Czechia. Like in real life, the German Empire is gonna invade Belgium and Luxembourg. Because they believe it will be easier to invade Luxembourg and Belgium's border rather than the protected France border. When the gigantic Russian Empire finally mobilizes, it will focus on invading the part of Austria-Hungary that is Ukrainian. Romania, seeing the opportunity, they're gonna enter the war against Austria-Hungary, seeing that they're losing. And, like in real life, the Romanian army is gonna get crushed by the Hungarian one, and the Hungarians are gonna take the capital. But Hungary is gonna realize that Austria-Hungary is losing the war, meaning that they're gonna try to secede from the country and strike a deal with the Russian Empire. And they can get their independence from Austria-Hungary because in the Austro-Hungarian Empire there are three armies, the Austro-Hungarian one, the Austrian one, and the Hungarian. The Crown of Austria and the Crown of Hungary don't support the Austro-Hungarian army because it does not give them any political or military power. So they support their own armies instead. So when Hungary secede, they're gonna try to quickly make a peace deal with the German Empire and the Russian Empire. In the peace treaty, Hungary is gonna keep all their territories and annex some of Romania's land. And we're gonna establish a Wallachian puppet. That will anger Romania, but they cannot do anything about it. But that will not stop them from getting angry at the Russian Empire and the German Empire for not helping them. And if you wonder why do they not invade it, it's because we don't have the military strength to defeat Hungary, simply put. Italy is gonna see that the Russian Empire and the German Empire are winning World War I, meaning that they're gonna enter the war against the Austrian Empire. The Italian entrance into the war is gonna lead to the surrender of the Austrian Empire. This will mean that the Italians get to direct their troops into more important fronts, like the French one. In the African front, Italy is gonna occupy southern Tunisia due to the lack of French garrisons there. And they're gonna start building air bases in Libya so they could attack Tunisia with it. In a few days, Italy will be capable of occupying the city of Tunis. All these new fronts against France is gonna lead to them lacking garrisons in a lot of their colonies, meaning that some of them would revolt, like Morocco. That might mean that America sends some military support to France and Britain, not like soldiers, but more like bullets and ammo, because they want France and Britain to pay their American debt, and that will be impossible. If they lost the war, meaning that they lose some of their colonies or the money they gain from it. Anyways, Britain is gonna lose some territory to Italy in Egypt, but Egypt connects the British Empire together, meaning that losing it will be a very big loss, meaning that they're gonna. Meaning that the British are gonna have to send over some Indian soldiers to the Egyptian front to help out. Some of those extra soldiers are gonna be used over in an invasion of Iraq. The goal of that invasion is to quickly cripple the Ottoman Empire, leading to it exiting the war. Anyways, the British soldiers are gonna be able to occupy southern Palestine. That would lead to a revolt in the southern most part of the Ottoman Empire. But at last, all of Britain's attempts at winning the war are in vain because the war is a European war, not an African or a Middle Eastern one. And Germany has finally captured the city of Paris, meaning that France is gonna enter negotiations with the German Empire, leaving the British with no choice other than entering the negotiations too. In the peace treaty, the German Empire is gonna annex the southern part of Belgium. It's the majority French part. And all of Luxembourg is gonna become a part of the German Empire. And Germany is gonna annex all the French colonies in Middle Africa. And Morocco is gonna get its independence from France. And France cannot intervene in Moroccan politics. And all German soldiers are gonna have to exit France except in Calais, where the German Empire is gonna establish a puppet regime under a German monarch. And France is gonna give northern Chad to Italy. And all of Algeria to Italy. And Italy is gonna annex Corsica from France. And they're gonna annex some of the French Alps. And they're annexing Djibouti. Italy is gonna leave all of Egypt, but Britain is gonna have to give them some part of British Somalia. The Ottoman Empire, despite the fact that they are in the side that won World War I, they're gonna lose some territory because their allies don't care about them. And also because the Russian Empire wants to annex some parts of the Ottoman Empire. And finally, this is the end of World War I. In the next video, we're going to talk about the Irish War of Independence and about the economies of this timeline we created. Anyways, this is the end of the video. If you like it, hit the like button. If you dislike it, hit the dislike button and comment down below your opinion. Anyways, bye.